facing a running back like Taylor?
You know, it's a lot of expectations for him, I'm assuming, because he's playing against one of the top defense in the nation. So we're just going to come out and handle our business and make sure that everything that does happen for him doesn't.
And where have you improved on run defense?
Fitting my gaps, you know, tearing off blocks, making plays sideline to sideline, and that's just what we focus on as a linebacker corps.
I imagine you guys want to go up against, you know, elite running backs, and you're going to have that chance with Taylor. I mean, what does he do well? Where do you feel like he can challenge you?
He does well, like, inside the box, you know, pound for pound. But the type of defense that we bring and the type of mentality that we bring, I don't see nothing phasing us.
Now, Tim, like, what enabled you guys to stop what, you know, Maryland had a pretty vaunted run offense, averaging 260 yards a game, held them to well under that, at least going into the fourth quarter. What aided that?
It's just basically having that mindset. Like I said, you know, as a defense, we hold ourselves accountable, and we know that it's disrespectful if you come in our home and think that you're going to run the ball on us.
Devin, I was asking Devin Bush and Cleek. I know you guys got this little secret on defense. They won't tell me, like a secret routine or something. Are you going to shed light on it or no?
I mean, if my boy's keeping it a secret, we got to keep it a secret.
How much, I guess, having that person, I mean, whatever it is, having that personal thing. Devin said, you know, it's like the bond, you guys. I mean, how much does it mean to have that personal thing that's defense only? He said the coaches don't even know.
Yeah, it's just us. Like, you know, when we say we hold ourselves accountable, we mean it, and that's just something we really rely on and keep it as one for us as a unit.
Do you guys focus on the statistics? Number one, you know, overall, and number one pass defense too.
I mean, we just go out and play. You know, we want to have fun. This is something we love to do. So, being able to make plays and celebrate with our family, which is on the field, that's like basically our number one result and our better outcome.
The offensive guys were in here saying that the coaches have told them to play looser. I mean, you guys always play loose, right? And Don Brown's not telling you the defensive players play looser, is he?
I mean, we're playing football. It's something we love, so that's just how we play.
Do you learn any moves from Devin Bush? You had to chase down, tackle, the game that looks like plays we've seen from him before. Do you have any moves from him?
I mean, yeah, you know, he's at a higher experience level. So, you know, I'm just trying to learn off of him and be able to receive his feedback, you know, on and off the field. He'll help me out with plays, like getting in certain gaps and seeing plays before they even happen.
I'm trying to remember, it was a couple weeks ago we talked to him, and I was asking him about you and James Rossi. He made a joke. He said there was a move that you've stolen from him and that you're using. What is that?
I mean, it's a couple that I like to steal from him, you know, like either whether it's my alignment, you know, cheating over, you know, backing up a little bit, just to make things easier to make the play.
As a defense right now, you guys see the offense is coming along. The offense is putting up some points, and I know I've asked you guys this question even last year, but I mean, is there a sense of relief as a defense knowing that the offense can move the ball, can score some points?
I mean, yeah, it's always a sense of relief. We have a lot of faith in our team, so regardless of whatever the outcome is, we know that we're going to hold ourselves accountable, offense and defense, to get the job done.
Have you had a personal wow moment this year, like to where you're like, well, you know, I surprised myself, or maybe, you know, happy with progress? I mean,
just making plays, like I said, sideline to sideline, I actually did shock myself running sideline to sideline, and seeing my speed has improved a lot, and my power and my tearing, like everything is just being placed, and it's only going to get better from here.
What do you do to increase, I mean, other than sprints? I mean, do you have any specific drills, like maybe that you just do outside, or maybe that you used to do in like high school? You know what I mean?
Yeah, in high school, yeah, I had a couple drills that helped me with my speed, you know, lateral movements, explosive movements, just to get things back on track.
I think I saw a video, a lot of Florida guys like chasing rabbits and stuff. Yeah. Like, did you ever do anything with that?
No, I've never chased any rabbits, but I had a high school friend that used to chase chickens, and he used to try and make me do that, but it just wasn't something I like. I see myself doing.
Is there something that you started doing that maybe, would help you along those lines?
Like if I know a couple of my teammates, like Josh Metellus, I'll just have them race them, and I'll just keep racing them until I beat them.
Have you ever had to cover Zach Gentry in practice before?
Yeah. He's a very skilled athlete. He knows little tricks to get by you or get underneath you, and I feel like he's a very talented and unique tight end.
Where have you improved your pass coverage?
Being able to stay man on man, staying inside, reading the route while I'm covering him. That's improved a lot.
I mean, just in not just Gentry, but I'm like for you in general. But, looking back since you got here, I guess evaluating yourself, like what have X, Y, and Z? Where have you improved pass coverage?
Oh yeah, definitely. I felt like I improved in the coverage game. Just being here over the couple of years, in practice, I feel more comfortable when I'm out there one-on-one with a guy, whether it be a running back, slot, or outside receiver. I just feel more comfortable.
I saw a post on social media you post with a kid. How is kid related?
Oh, that's my son. He's 1 year old.
And has it sort of changed the meaning of playing football for you?
For sure. I feel like he brought like another level of play out of me, something that I've been looking for. And I feel like that's my number one priority, so I got to do everything I can to support him.
And has it made it maybe more challenging in regards to trying to be as good of a football player as you can, but also attending to those kind of responsibilities?
I mean, at first, it's kind of hard to like balance, but then you start to realize that he's gonna love you, and I love him. So what I do and how I do it is always gonna be for him. So I always want to do everything perfect.
How can you? You're only one person. How can you spread yourself out? You got a full-time job with school. You got a full-time job with football. You got a full-time job being a dad.
Yeah. Well, I got my mom helps a lot. My dad, my girl, the mother, she helps out a lot. She tries to bring him up as much as she can, and being able to have my family support takes a lot of pressure off my shoulders for him.
What was it like when you found out that hey, you're gonna be a dad?
It was crazy at first, but then it turned into a blessing. And it opened my eyes to realize, you got a lot of stuff in front of you that you can go grab it so that you can have the best life for them.
Because I suppose, in one way you could look at it, and I'm not saying you specifically, but in one way you could look at it, okay, well, being a father, well, is this gonna slow down my career? Is this gonna interfere with school? It had the opposite effect on you, right?
Yeah, but it came across my mind, but then I had to realize that my family that I have is very supportive, so they don't even let me think about stuff like that because they'll handle everything off the field for me that has to do with him and keep him positive and letting him know that his dad is out there doing everything he can for him.
Have you learned from Karan at all?
Yeah, for sure. He gave me some tips with just like when he was a baby, how to hold him, how to take care of him, what to do and what not to do, and he helped me a lot in that way.
You're getting the little joys and changing diapers, making bottles and stuff like that?
Yeah, at first it was kind of hard because I really didn't know what to do, but, as time got on and I got to spend more time with him, I started to realize, like, certain sounds that he make when he wants certain things, and it just, like I said, it's a blessing.
How much does it put life in perspective?
Say it again?
How much does this put life in perspective?
Oh, yeah, it puts a life perspective, like, really big, actually, because, you have somebody else that's looking up to you, and that's just, like, it just opened my eyes to where I know I can be a great father to him, and that's what I want to be, and that's what I'm going to be.
And you said he's in Florida?
Yeah.
So, and how often do you get to see him?
Maybe every other home game. Whenever we get breaks, I'll go home. I'll be with him the whole time.
Got a little Gil jersey and everything?
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Devin.
Thanks.